Yeah, it's your boy LT, and I'm back with another one. Hope everybody doing good today. Hope everybody feel good today. It's been getting warmer outside. Been a lot of raining though, but that's what you expect in April. You know, you expect a lot of rain. They say April showers bring May flowers. I don't know if that's been too true this year. It snowed in April and everything. Like, that's weird. But it's getting better, so everybody enjoy what's coming as far as like the weather and stuff. And we can get right to this video, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I appreciate the subs I've been getting past couple days. And I'm still looking out for this Drake and Kendrick beef. But it's looking like Rick Ross trying to take over now, but I ain't really too interested in Rick Ross. He's 47 years old. He's not even... They don't talk about Ross being the best. It's Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. So I'm ready for Drake and Kendrick to go at it. But we can get to this video. This one says the case of a Minnesota assassin. And it says this was uploaded 2 weeks ago. I don't know exactly what year this happened, but I have not heard nothing about this. So shout out to Minnesota Crime for bringing this video. It was posted on March 29th. Like, subscribe, like stuff like that. But let's get to this. Let's get it.
In the middle of the night, our small team of investigators. September 12th, 2021.
Oh, 2021.
This man, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs, assassinated 4 innocent people in the middle of the night. Our small team of investigative reporters has gathered the footage and case details about Antoine and how all 4 murders came to be in order to present the whole story in its entirety for the first time ever. This all started very early in the morning a few days prior on September 8th. Antoine arrived in Minnesota via airplane from his home state of Arizona, and footage shows that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But that changes very soon. Antoine is picked up by an unknown person and leaves the airport with them. A few days later, on September 11th, late at night, Antoine revisits the airport in a new luxury Mercedes SUV. Later investigations report that this car was recently loaned to Antoine. It is unknown whether or not Antoine is connected to a larger organized crime group. While it's a logical hypothesis considering the value of this luxury car Antoine is now driving, we have yet to unfold the full story of this case, as it is only just heating up. We don't know why Antoine revisited the airport, but the surveillance footage gives us a glimpse at his passenger, who bears a striking resemblance to one of his future murder victims, Nitosha Lee Flug Presley. If the passenger is indeed Nitosha, then this was one of the last images showing her alive. According to a complaint filed by an anonymous person.
Ladies, be careful getting in the cars with me, and I tell y'all that all the time on these videos, and she probably knew him actually, or it could have just been like she thought she met a nice guy, but I gotta be careful with some of these men, man. You just never know what they out to do, and it's hard to tell what they out to do, so I don't fully blame y'all for that.
A witness said they saw Antoine and Nitosha taking shots together at a bar just hours after he left the airport. Records also show that Nitosha's aunt told investigators that Antoine and Nitosha were romantically involved. Putting all this information together, it's becoming more and more likely that this passenger is indeed Nitosha. After a night of drinking, it is believed that Antoine and Nitosha went to a residence in St. Paul, where they spent time with 3 other people who would soon become Antoine's other 3 future murder victims. They were Lois Foreman III, Matthew Pettis, and Jasmine Sturm. Just hours later that same night, now the very early morning of September 12th, surveillance footage caught this altercation sometime around 3:30 a.m. in St. Paul, Minnesota. In this footage, we hear gunshots and then that same Mercedes car speed through the streets.
How can
it is clear this is when...
How could they tell that was the same Mercedes car, though?
And the murders happened. But what Antoine does after this is quite shocking. On the same day around 10 a.m., after driving around for many hours trying to figure out what to do with the dead bodies, Antoine decided that he needed help hiding the bodies. So he makes plans to meet up with his father, 56-year-old Darren Osborne, at a gas station during the day. Antoine's plan was to have his father follow him into western Wisconsin to a cornfield where they would find an inconspicuous place to dump the car with the bodies in it. Osborne later told officers that he had no idea at this point there were bodies in Antoine's car. On the way to meet with his father, Antoine stops at a different gas station than the one planned for the meetup spot. In this disturbing surveillance footage that shows this particular stop, you can even see one of the deceased victims in the passenger seat, limp and showing no signs of life.
Bro, why would you keep him in the passenger seat? At least put him in the back seat where the windows are tinted. Like, what are you thinking, bro? You looking to get caught? And he deserved to get caught for this, because, like, what's the motive behind killing these random people?
And while those bodies are in the car, Antoine is inside the gas station,
panicking,
paying for his gas just like it's another normal day. Antoine continued traveling to the meetup spot, moving from St. Paul, Minnesota to Dunn County, Wisconsin. This time, stopping at the originally planned gas station. We see him and his father convene at the gas station and they speak a bit before driving away. It is presumed Antoine had now moved the body out of the front passenger seat, considering his father would have clearly noticed a deceased human being sitting in the car. That is, if Antoine's father is telling the truth. Again, at this point, according to the father, he did not know what Antoine was up to. However, it is reported that Antoine allegedly confessed to his father, soon after the meetup, that he had snapped and shot the victims. At this point, it's becoming more and more difficult for Antoine's father to deny his involvement with this situation.
Bro, he told you about it, now you involved. You ain't turned him into the police, so after he done told you about it, and you probably peeked in the back and seen the bodies, you're involved now. You know all about it, so they got you in it now.
Antoine and his father allegedly went on to hide the car with the bodies in it in a cornfield further into Wisconsin. It is reported that a local anonymous farmer found the abandoned Mercedes in a cornfield in Dunn County, Wisconsin. He very quickly reported it to the police.
One thing he got to realize, his DNA is all over that car, as far as him opening the door, grabbing the steering wheel. Hell, probably even hair from his beard or anything, if he was scratching his head or hair. His DNA all in that car, so if you ain't burn it, it's probably going to be hard to for them to miss the fact that they're going to catch you. They're going to catch you because there's some type of DNA at all times. Like, it's always DNA in the car when you get in there. No matter if it's you touching it, hair, wiping your nose, anything, they're gonna find something. So like, wasn't well planned.
This time, no one knew of Antoine's or his father's involvement. However, we do have body cam footage that details some of the officers' experiences investigating the car in the cornfield with the deceased victim.
And I did say I wasn't doing no more body cam, and this turns into a body cam, but it is what it is. I'm looking for more videos that's not body cam. I didn't know this was gonna have body cam in it, but should have assumed if it's got something to do with the police. Not bad.
In it. What they find is extremely car in the cornfield with the deceased victims in it. What they find is extremely brutal.
That's where we're gonna go in right here.
You already know what he's about to find.
Yeah, we can do
something. Just for
We did open the back door. If you need to open the back door.
do we know if that one in the back on the far right is male or female?
Do you know? The one on the far back? The behind the driver?
I thought it was a female.
So they were stiff when you moved them?
Yes.
Somebody said?
I opened that door. I basically went like this, and it was just, hard, stiff, rigor, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, the male, we didn't check anything on him. I thought there was like a hole. Looks like there might be blood pooling in his ear, or I thought maybe that was an entry or exit wound. I'm not sure.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
I ran out. Well, it looks like if the actual key started on push button too. There's no keys in the ignition.
A bunch of blood on their shoe. See that?
Yeah, it's pooled, yeah. Definite bullet wound to the right side of the face, right side of the ear. on him,
Male?
on the male.
That's what I thought.
These officers are taking careful note of entry and exit wound details for a very important reason. This detail alone is extremely helpful in determining if the murders were committed with intent or in self-defense.
I mean, that looks like an entrance wound right there.
It didn't look like an exit wound to me. I'm guessing she got shot in the body, though. Yeah, there's blood on her left arm and on her right, and it's old. Watch your right shoulder now.
Yep.
Oh, what's in the pocket, Dan?
There. Dried blood.
blood, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's dripping right now.
Oh, yeah.
Male. And shot wound to the head. Right, yep. There's the exit wound over here. See on the front seat,
Yeah.
right below, right where the shoulder rest is, that white stuff, is that brain matter or skull particulates?
Hard to say. Because she wearing her seatbelt still?
No,
I couldn't
it's-
tell if
it
it
was-
was just
I think they put it
behind her.
behind her.
Behind her.
Just probably so that it wouldn't, because the weight's in there, so it'd beep.
I want to know where the gunshot wound is on this other gal. How do you have exit wounds and there's no damage in the vehicle? Well, then, but also if it's a headshot, wouldn't she have splatter? I mean, you got splatter on him, but it's just weird. Well, his is coming from his nose. You know, that's just draining from the nose from the brain shot.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, did we look through the... Well, let's just get out of here, I guess. We'll go talk to Kyle.
During later investigations, Antoine's Arizona ID card was found on the floor of the car.
Bruh, shit like this, they ain't even have to find no hair or anything like that. This dummy left his whole ID, my boy. Like, what are you doing?
Covered in blood.
What?
This pointed the officers directly to him and later his father as well, as more information was discovered after they reviewed the previously shown surveillance footage. Officers arrested Antoine's father first, and then charged Antoine with 4 counts of hiding a corpse. Antoine, now back in Arizona, turned himself in to the Arizona authorities. Antoine would now be brought back to St. Paul, Minnesota, the city where he committed the murders. This is where his dramatic legal trial would take place. Over the course of the next few days of Antoine's trial, he claimed, incredulously, that he acted in self-defense in the killing and transporting of the 4 victims, which the prosecutors stated that they find improbable. Antoine has had...
Yeah, because if it's self-defense, wouldn't you have called the cops or, yeah, you should call the cops in self-defense, because I would. If I shot somebody break in my house and I shoot him and kill him, I'm calling the cops right then and there. Like, I'm going to go to jail for probably a few days to a week or so, but once I get out or whatever, it's going to be good, because I acted in self-defense. I'm not about to hide the bodies and take them to a cornfield and do all the extras. You tampering, you doing all types of stuff at that point now.
Had a lengthy history of breaking the law, including multiple instances of unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana in a vehicle, driving with a suspended license, and much more. Even though Antoine had never racked up any charges nearly as serious as murder, this made it quite clear that Antoine is no stranger to criminal activity. During the trial, Antoine never gave any reason other than self-defense. He said the 4 victims were attempting to rob him, claiming he was the victim in this situation. However, going back to what the police learned about the entry and exit wounds of the bullets in the bodies, it's obvious this is definitely not a case of self-defense. Even though no one believed Antoine's excuse, he still gave no other reason as to why he did this. So we may never know his true motive behind murdering the 4 innocent victims. The jurors, after 6 hours of deliberation, decided that Antoine was found guilty on all 4 counts of second-degree intentional murder and was sentenced to 103 years in prison.
Damn.
His father, Darren Osborne, was charged with 1 count of aiding an offender. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. These are the jury verdicts that show Antoine being found guilty on all 4 counts of murder. Judge Paul Harris, the judge who sentenced Antoine, told him this: "Each one of these individuals deserves that you serve time for each one of them." What do you believe could have possibly been Antoine's motive for killing these 4 innocent people? Let us know what you think.
I
This
don't,
unsuspecting
I don't think he had a motive. I think he was just on bullshit. Cause how you kill him and then you put them all in a car and do all this extra stuff and take them to a cornfield, and 103 years, Judge. Just tell him he got life. The man looked like he already in his 40s. In 100 years, he's gonna be 143, 140 something years old. So just tell that man he got life. He's not getting out. So he ain't even got to worry about that. But he know that 103 years, that's life, bro. So, yeah, that's life. I don't care if you a newborn baby. 103 years is life. You're not about to make it to 103 years in 2024 or 2021 either. This is when the crime happened back in 21. He's done for. So I hope them families feel like they got what they deserve, as far as like him, you know, their justice or whatever as far as him going to jail. But 103 years, man, for you just finally killing these people, man, they should just say life. Don't even give him a time or, you know, how long he think he can think. But just life. Life. That's it. But hey, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Keep running me up with the subs. And I'm gonna keep trying to find some different types of videos. We're gonna get to it though, but I'm out of here and I appreciate y'all. I'm out.